little street course. Drivers will have their hands full. Some long straightaways, some caution. Turn 2. Trouble. Oh my goodness, what a huge crash. Scott Dixon is in it. Jay Howard is the other car involved. Dixon and Jay Howard. There is Dixon. Look at that car. It is destroyed.
There's nothing left of the back. That sawed the engine in half.
As we watch the cars go through here, guys, the car on the very top, okay, which is Jay Howard. We're going to roll this through now. Well, look at Jay. He's already way off the line. He's off the dark patch of the racetrack, which we call the racing line. He's up in the gray. He's lost control of the car. He's hoping he's not going to hit the wall. He impacts the wall, comes off the wall, just misses the 10 of Tony Kanaan. Unfortunately, Scott Dixon is right there, up and over the front of the car. Car hits on the top of the wall. The safety cell on these cars, guys, I can't tell you how strong they are. An awful accident, but as we saw, Scott Dixon right there, hands away from the steering wheel. We saw him get out, and when we first went to this frame, when we first saw this accident, you heard some roar from the crowd, and that was because they knew that Scott Dixon was okay, and the 77 of Jay Howard was also okay.
Boy, this is just bad timing on Dixon's part and incredible fortune with the way this car lands on top of the wall.
Or he's incredibly fortunate.
Up the top right there. On the top load.
Full crash. Jay Howard hits the wall first. Scott Dixon with no place to go. Was that Castro Neves that went under Dixon?
It does, and he runs over some debris.
Oh, man.
He's so lucky. So lucky.
The safety cell that Scott Dixon sits in saved his life.
He doesn't really use the safety fencing. He lands on top of it.
Obviously, part of the car got into it to rip it open, right?
Yes, but he landed. Yeah. Oh my! I have never witnessed an accident like that.
You know, we talked about the number 3 of Elio Castroneves going underneath Scott Dixon's car. Remember, it was Elio a few years ago that ended up going airborne between turns 1 and 2 and walked away from that incident as well. We see how Scott Dixon was thrown around inside the cockpit of the car. All these drivers.
This is from Castro Neves.
He went right under it. There are you can never take Montoya out of an Indy 500.
Oh, look out, that's trouble.
There we go.
Into the wall.
That was a wrong move.
Wrong move, wrong place, wrong time.
Connor Daly.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. That was my fault.
It's the words of Connor Daly here, driving the ABC supply machine. As we roll here, he's starting to take advantage of some backup that's going on. Everybody's starting to get packed up a little bit. He thinks I'll go around the outside. Not enough room to go around the 83 of Charlie Kimball. Just touches wheels, and when you're on the outside, you're up in that gray area, and off he went into the wall. I'm sure if he had a do-over with that one, he would want to do that one more time differently.
But to his defense, he was on a roll, wasn't he? He just needed an extra half a foot. But it's kind of early in the race. We'd only done 67 laps. What a pity. He had a good car underneath him.
Now, as after the crash, watch it sort of the back end of the incident, and there'll be some debris right here that will catch Harvey, and he'll spin trying to avoid it. Trouble off of turn 2. That's Buddy Lazier.
This plays right into Castroneves' hand.
Series in Indy 500. Now you see in the top right corner, his car is already around by the time he's getting to the midpoint of the turn. That's the apex. It looked like the back end had come around on him.
Early on, though, before he even came into the picture.
And no other car involved there.
Nope, so the car was either what we call very loose, where the back end wants to come around on you. We call that oversteer, or something broke on the car. I'm going to give you one more replay here. You can see the skid marks up into the wall, the safer barrier. That's been in play a little bit here today, that steel.
17 laps to go, green flag, and they get right after it. Jones to the outside of Sato. He gives way. Oh, trouble! Into the wall! And many more involved. James Hinchcliffe, Will Power, James Davison, Oriol Servia.
Boy, we've said this a few times today, yellow breed yellows, and when you come closer to the end, nobody's going to give an inch on the racetrack, and just one small amount of contact doesn't take much before it starts something like this.
And a fifth spun.
There's the contact right there that starts. It looks like Oriol Servia right down on the white line. And just at that point in time starts to lose control, and you see the 18, James Davidson, getting taken out at the same time. I mean, both those guys just in this event for the one race, both did a tremendous job here today. But we talk about, as you get closer to the end, restarts or competing. Eddie, you know, I've talked about this before because we've raced so many of these races. You don't give an inch anytime you go into a turn, and that's exactly what the result was here.
And that was literally a question of probably 5-6 inches.
Did you see how that rear wheel guard came across the top of Servia's car?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just in front of the cockpit.
That's about $1 million of damage going by on the screen. Now the drivers that are behind have literally nowhere to go, and they can't even see where they're going.
Canon stuck through there.
He really does. I saw that in the previous one. Always seems to find a perfect way to get through it.
Joseph Newgarden. Take it back, he did hit something.
But it looked like it's even, and it's on the left-hand side. 5.
James Hinchcliffe. CK here.
Oh, so much experience. Out of it, bails out of it. He should have been involved in that, but his experience, he took his foot off the gas.
Will Power.
Yellow, 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 yellow.
You see, everybody takes their hands off the steering wheel there. Oh. As you said, Eddie, almost got through there.
Oh.
And that's how loud it is in the car, too, isn't it?